Welcome back. At one time, whiskey was considered a gentleman's drink, but experts are saying all that's changed these days.
It's about time. Demand is way up, and nowadays groups are forming across the Maritimes to honor and celebrate various types of whiskey. And a lot of those groups include women. CTV's David Bell has more.
Some experts say demand for whiskey is huge right now, and it's not just your father's drink anymore.
For the last 12 years or so, I've really enjoyed whiskey. In the last 2 or 3, I've gotten a little more serious.
Ken Arsenault recently launched the Riverview Whisky Society. It's a place for whiskey lovers to come together and love whiskey.
It's got this mystique about it, the history of whiskey and the varieties. In this book, the Whiskey Bible that I have here, he samples 1,200 whiskeys a year, and there's over 4,500 that he's done in the past few years. So the variety is there, and I just love it.
In the group's meetings, Arsenault's goal is education as well as appreciation.
Well, I'm hoping they learn the background about whiskey, the history, where it comes from, and the different areas, regions, the different tastes that are in them, and appreciate it more, and not just buying the cheaper bottle or the more popular bottles, expanding their horizons, we'll say.
The manager of a local pub tells me that whiskey has come a long way since the days of Prohibition. At that time, it appealed to a very specific and narrow demographic.
Coming out from its oppressive days with Prohibition in 1919 and 1933, it became something you had to be in the know. You had to have a secret society. You had to be someone to get a hold of these spirits.
Eric Flanagan says now it's a very different story.
A lot of companies, Maker's Mark, for example, had a hard time keeping up with demand and even debated changing the recipe, and culture, we're all glad they didn't. Scotches we can never seem to get enough of here on the East Coast.
Everyone gets different flavors out of it. Everyone drinks it for different reasons. For me, it's a social drink. I love to sit down and sip and take a half an hour just to drink 1 ounce of whiskey. So I think that's what turned me on to it. It's a nice, slow, social drink.
With whiskey appreciation groups popping up in other maritime communities, it would seem that demand continues to flow. David Bell, CTV News, Moncton.
There are some really nice whiskeys out there.
There are nice, slow sipping whiskeys.